Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain seated for the national anthem, performed by the PVMA Jazz Chorale and Full House a cappella, conducted by Mr. John Simmons.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated.
Do I wait a little longer, or should I just do it now? Okay. At this time, I would like to introduce the co-presidents of the class of 2024, Ryan Feletra and Katie Amico.
Good afternoon and congratulations to our graduating class of 2024. Watching us all grow towards this point in our lives has been nothing short of amazing. From our graduation list, 8th grade, to now being on stage at our high school graduation is a surreal experience. Take advantage of this opportunity in this moment to celebrate you. To some, this may be some silly little event, but it's more than that. Everything you are able to do in life you should do, and use the opportunities that are given to you to appreciate the little things. Look forward to each new day. Appreciate the sun, the wildlife, and the places you'll see. You'll never know when things might be taken away from you. I've always been a firm believer in the phrase, everything happens for a reason. It's always been something very reassuring to me as well as many others. I wanted to use my time today wisely and ask that you all take a moment to think about this phrase. When talking about the phrase once, my Mimi said, sometimes you will find out the reason quickly, while other times it may take a long time, then sometimes we never know what the reason was. Keeping this phrase in mind will always provide a bigger reassurance that there was always a bigger plan. With that being said, I'd like to draw everyone's attention to the 2 chairs in front of the graduates on the right side. These 2 chairs are here for our classmates and friends, Ella O'Donnell and Jackson Frechette, who were taken from us too soon and should be here with us. We chose to honor them because they'll forever be a part of the Peabody family and the graduating class as well. We miss you so much, Ella and Jackson. Not a day goes by where we don't. You'll always be remembered. Finally, remember that you're never alone and
Thank you. Good evening and welcome to the Peabody Veterans Memorial High School Class of 2024 graduation ceremony. I would like to thank Mayor Betancourt, Dr. Vidala, Principal Randall, Ms. Valuto-Bovio, Peabody teachers, administrators, staff, and our elected officials for celebrating with us today. A big shout out to my fellow class officers, Ryan, Kira, and Elijah, and class officers, Mr. Donovan, Ms. McCord, for being the best team I could ask for. Thank you to my family, To my mom, who taught me life is too short not to be happy and that there is great strength in being kind. To my dad, who showed me how to stick up for myself and for others. And to my not-so-little brother Joey, who I love very much, even though I don't always show it. I would also like to thank my family and friends with me today, the ones who are here in spirit, and to my 4 beautiful grandparents who are in heaven and have the best seat in the house. I would not be the person I am today without each and every one of you. Now, the person I am today, she has many roles and responsibilities. I'm honored to be class president, captain of the girls lacrosse team, president of DECA, and to be in the top 10% of our class academically. After tonight, not only will those titles have the prefix former attached to them, but that is not only what I wish to be remembered by. Class of 2024, the mistakes we've made and the opinions of others, they do not define who you are. The awards we achieved and the titles we were given throughout our high school careers, they also do not solely define you. So what does define us? I believe it is the lessons we've learned from the bad and the self-discovery from the good which builds our character. As we move on to our future adventures, we must take with us the best parts of ourselves, our perseverance, our leadership, our kindness, and what we love. Remember, we are all experiencing this moment for the first time, so try not to spend it wondering why you feel or don't feel a certain way. You are going to want to remember this. In the words of Taylor Swift, hold on to the memories, they will hold on to you. Class of 2024, our transition after high school will be one of the most monumental moments of our lives. It will be a big change, but it definitely is not the first, and it most certainly will not be the last. Because as the Barbie movie reminded us, that's life. It's all change. With that being said, please do not fear change, for our world needs quite a bit of it. I hope you all strive to be the best version of yourselves and live a life you are proud of. Be kind to others and allow yourself the grace to be kind to yourself. Thank you. The principal of Peabody Veterans Memorial High School, Miss Brooke Randall.
Thank you, Katie and Ryan. I would also like to acknowledge Kira Buckley, Secretary for the Class of 2024, and Elijah Swanson, Class Treasurer, who opened today's ceremony in leading the Pledge of Allegiance. Good evening, everyone. My name is Brooke Randall, and I am the very proud principal of Peabody Veterans Memorial High School. Welcome, parents, guardians, family members, and friends of the Class of 2024 who are here this evening, as well as our distinguished guests, including Mayor Betancourt, Representative Tom Walsh, Superintendent Dr. Josh Vidala, Assistant Superintendents Dr. Kelly Chase and Dr. Mark Higgins, members of our school committee, Mr. Amico, Mrs. Carpenter, Mrs. Dunn, Mr. Hockman, Mr. Olympio, Mr. Swanson, our many city council members who joined us this evening, and of course, what it's all about, the graduates in the PVMHS Class of 2024. Also, as we are Peabody Veterans Memorial High School, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge and ask any veterans, folks in active duty, and any of our graduates who will be entering into military service to please stand if you're able to be recognized. Thank you. I'm honored and grateful to be here tonight to celebrate this amazing graduating class of 2024. It has been my pleasure to have been your principal these last 2 years. I've enjoyed cheering for you, celebrating your victories, and there's been a lot to celebrate, and also growing with you and supporting you through the more challenging days and moments. You've given each other, your families, and our school so much to be proud of, and should be extremely proud of yourself for this outstanding accomplishment. None of you have taken the exact same path to get to this moment, the one happening right now, but you're here. You've all faced some type of challenge, some adversity. For some of you, it took summer school, night school, or hours of credit recovery to get here. For some, it was the challenge of pushing yourself academically while also balancing work, clubs, sports, friends, and family, and trying to give all of those things your best all at once. Some of you worked afternoons and nights to support yourself or your family. And for others, it was needing a morning wake-up call at times, or having to take that MCAS biology test just one more time. But you did it. You're here. You made it. And I'm so proud of you. Class of 24, you are exactly where you're supposed to be at this moment. Take it in and be proud of all that you've accomplished. And know that with that pride, it's completely normal to feel a range of emotion. Excitement mixed with a bit of apprehension, joy, but also maybe a touch of nervousness or anxiety about what lies ahead. It's all okay and it's normal. Let it in and feel all the emotions. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. You are prepared and you are ready. The lessons, the wins, the challenges have prepared you. Each step of your journey through the Peabody Public Schools has prepared you. Your teachers have prepared you. The content and skills you've learned have been important and are a crucial component of setting you up for what's next. And yes, you may even find in life that you do encounter a problem that requires application of the Pythagorean theorem. But the truth is, your teachers and coaches and mentors have taught you so much more. They've taught you how to think, how to analyze, how to encounter a problem and be okay not knowing the answer right away, how to grapple, maybe even struggle, but to persevere. They've helped you to build your character, compassion, empathy for others, and selflessness. You are right where you are supposed to be. And now this chapter comes to a close and a new blank page lies ahead. So as you step bravely forward, know that all you've experienced, learned, and overcome, it's all been an important part of the process and has shaped who you are right now, today. So when the mix of emotions surface again, because they will, when your family drops you off at college, or the first time you step into that job on a full-time basis, or are about to board the flight taking you to basic training, let yourself recognize and feel each emotion, but also remind yourself that you are prepared for this. You are ready. And at that moment, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Class of 24, I am grateful for our time together and wish you the absolute best. Know that no matter where or how far you go, you will always have a home here. Once a Tanner, always a Tanner. Thank you. Now at this time, I'd like to welcome the Honorable Mayor Edward A. Betancourt, Jr. to the podium.
Well, good evening, class of 2024. I am honored to be here today to celebrate this momentous occasion in your lives. On behalf of your families, friends, teachers, administrators, and all those in our community that have supported you along your journey, congratulations. For 4 years, we have watched you excel in classrooms and labs, on athletic fields and performing arts stages, at school and special events, and through your many hours of community service. We are deeply impressed not only by your talent and intellect, but by the way in which you have conducted yourselves the past 4 years. Each of you have represented Peabody High School with honor, integrity, and distinction. You have set a wonderful example for the next graduating classes to follow and for that you should be most proud. I ask each graduate to take a moment and reflect on your own personal journey that has brought you here today, and to take a moment to think about your teachers and family members and the administrators and coaches who provided you with love, support, and guidance every step of the way. As graduates of the class of 2024, you have been given a great deal. From your parents and families, you have been given unconditional love and support. From your teachers and administrators at Peabody schools, you have been given time, energy, direction, and care. These are precious gifts. Remember to thank those who have helped you along the way. And second, I ask each graduate to take a moment and think about where you want to go with your life, your hopes, your goals, and dreams. I could speak for hours citing great accomplishments by Peabody High School graduates, Medal of Honor winners, Rhodes Scholars, doctors, business leaders, professional athletes, and performers. And every single person of the thousands I could mention started their journey sitting right where you are now, a young person with big dreams. Follow those dreams and listen to your heart and have confidence in yourself. Graduates, during your years at Peabody Veterans Memorial High School, you worked very hard and made your family and friends proud. Living in an ever-changing, sometimes chaotic, and always uncertain world, you stayed focused on your goals and accomplished something truly special. By facing adversity head-on, you and your classmates are stronger and better prepared for what lies ahead. We are all rooting for you to make a positive difference in our world. Once again, congratulations and good luck in everything you take on in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Betancourt. I'd now like to welcome our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Josh Vidala, to the podium.
Thank you, Ms. Randall. It's my pleasure to offer a heartfelt congratulations to the incredible class of 2024. This graduating class is extremely impressive. It's my distinct honor to introduce our guest commencement speaker. Lauren Blodgett graduated from PVMHS in 2007, serving as class co-president and a three-sport captain for volleyball, basketball, and softball. She then attended Boston College and was a Fulbright scholar in Australia researching international law. Lauren graduated cum laude from Harvard Law School and worked in nonprofits in Morocco, South Africa, Thailand, Jordan, and Tanzania. Lauren now lives in Brooklyn, New York, and is a human rights and immigration attorney. She is the founder and executive director of a nonprofit called the Brave House, which supports immigrant and refugee girls with legal aid, mental health services, and community. Lauren was honored on the Forbes 30 Under 30 list for law and policy last year. And last year, she gave a TED Talk about the intersection of joy and human rights. When not in court, Lauren's hobbies include roller disco, running marathons, reading, and meditation. It is my pleasure to introduce your commencement speaker, Lauren Blodgett.
Wow. Okay. Having a mini freak out moment because this is so cool. I'm so excited to be here as a proud alum of Peabody High. I'm so proud to be from Peabody. I'm so proud to have sat where you're sitting right now. And yeah, once a Tanner, always a Tanner. So let's get into it. Class of 2024, as you start this next chapter, you're about to get into the real juicy stuff of life. Whether you loved high school or you're just relieved you're making it out of here, there is so much possibility in store for you as you graduate today. I want to share what I wish I knew when I was in your seat, something I have found to be the secret key to adulting. No matter what industry or direction you go, it's this: The best thing you can do to set yourself up for success is to find a mentor, or even better, many mentors. Because all the advice I can offer to you today, I really did learn in some way from a mentor. To me, a mentor is someone older and more experienced than you, who you look up to and who has your best interests at heart. They can be a professor, an older student, a coach, a supervisor at your internship or job. I like to say that a mentor is someone who learned it the hard way so that you can learn it the easier way. Mentors teach you discipline, perspective, confidence. Friends may tell you what you want to hear, but mentors will tell you what you need to hear. I think my first mentor was actually Mr. Kroll, who I got to see today. He was my guidance counselor, and it was a trip seeing him like 17 years later, and I still carry with me lessons that he taught me. So I encourage you to adopt this lens as you move forward and be constantly seeking out and asking role models to mentor you. And then it's your job to keep in touch with them, to ask for guidance, and to get creative about how you can add value to them as well. Regardless of age, we all have something to offer. While a big takeaway today is please find and cultivate a mentor, I do want to leave you with some inspiration instead of just another homework assignment on the literal day you're supposed to have a break from homework. So here's a super quick little top 5 hits of advice I've gotten from my mentors that have changed my life. The first piece of advice I got from a mentor and I want to share, and brace yourself because it's kind of weird, be a cockroach. Trust me, it will make sense in a second. Most people quit or give up on their goals, not because it's hard, but because it's boring. You might see someone successful and they look all shiny and cool, but what it took to get there is the ability to keep showing up through boredom. It's boring to commit to a workout routine. It's boring to go to bed early instead of staying up watching a TV show. It's boring to go to the library every day. It's boring to send that email you don't feel like writing. Be honest with yourself, it's not actually hard, it's boring. My success has not come from being the smartest or the most talented. Trust me, my brothers remind me of that every day. But from being the one who is just willing to keep going when others won't. Like a cockroach, you just can't get rid of me. So instead of embracing your inner tiger or warrior, be the cockroach that people are like, oh my God, she won't go away. I thought I got rid of her, but she's still here. During law school, when I was working at the State Department, I got to travel to Cambodia as a legal observer for an international war crimes tribunal. This was a life-changing experience for me and showed me I want to work in human rights. I went on that trip because I asked the ambassador, my boss at the time, if I could go with him. And he was like, yeah, we'll see if we can figure something out. And then I followed up with him every day for the next month to check on the status of my request. I was relentless. Now, there is a fine line between being persistent and annoying, but I want to tell you to not be so worried about being annoying. I want you to follow up until someone tells you that your follow-up is no longer welcome. People are busy, and honestly, most of the time, they're just not thinking about you. They're thinking of their own stuff. A big part of success is going for what you want and then showing up consistently and following up over and over. The second piece of life-changing advice, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. When is the last time you honestly considered who these 5 people are for you? Do they inspire you and bring out the best in you? Do you want to be like them? This was a hard lesson for me to learn, that it's truly okay to outgrow friendships and relationships. Just because you were in the same cluster in 6th grade doesn't mean you have to be friends forever, especially if you just want different things from life. At the end of the day, you have to be honest about the type of person you want to be and get laser focused on becoming that. I have chosen a career working with young girls and refugees and doing my part to be of service in whatever way I can. It hasn't been glamorous or easy, but I've been surrounded by family and friends and colleagues who normalize that path, and they rub off on me. The same applies for sports. My parents always had me play on teams with people older and better than me. They knew that surrounding myself with the cream of the crop would help me get there as well. If you're the smartest or most talented person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, so choose wisely. Number 3, obsess over how things could go right. Because anxiety is just the opposite. We get into an obsessive spiral of what could go wrong. We've all done it. We all do it all the time. Since we can't predict the future, either way, why not be obsessed with what could go right for you? I gave a TED Talk last year, and you're not allowed to have any notes or teleprompter or anything. And about a week before, I started freaking out, you guys. I was in this spiral of what if I mess up, or what if I forget a line, or what if I look nervous, and everyone can tell I'm nervous. And then I spoke to my mentor, and they said, obsess over what could go right. And I did. I obsessed over all the positive outcomes so vividly that I could see and taste it. Then it became more about my message, what I wanted to share with people, and less about perfection. So that day, as many other speakers were nervously pacing backstage and having panic attacks, I was chilling. I was feeling calm, ready to have fun, which I did. I was able to savor the moment rather than hoping to just get it over with. Obsessing over what goes right helps you stay present and attracts the kind of energy you want. The 4th piece of mentor advice: you can be the juiciest peach on the farm, and honey, some people just don't like peaches. It's a hard part of life that no matter how awesome or kind or smart or generous you are, some people are just not going to like you, and that has nothing to do with you. A few years ago, I had a legal supervisor who was mean and cold to me no matter how prepared or professional or amazing I was. I wasted so much time wondering what I did wrong, what I said, how I could shift things. After months of enduring this, he shared with me that his ex-wife's name was Lauren, and he just had a hard time liking Laurens. Simple as that. At first, I was like, oh my God, sir, I will totally go to City Hall right now and change my name. It will be fine. But honestly, it was a lesson in not taking things personally and still continuing to be me. Since people aren't going to like you for reasons you have no control over, you might as well show up your full, authentic self. My 5th and final, last little piece of mentor advice is go crazy. Growing up, my mom would always say, go crazy, anytime she would drop me off at anything. A basketball practice, a sleepover, the SATs. She literally said it to me today before I came here. I think what she means is let yourself have fun and leave it all out there. She taught me there are so few things in life that are actually permanent. You can change jobs, schools, even relationships. I invite you to take big, bold action, knowing that there will be time to start again, and again, and again. You can never be late for your life. Give yourself permission to lead with curiosity, to chase what you want, and to go for it. This mindset has led me to some incredible experiences. I've been bungee jumping and white shark diving. I've started multiple businesses. I've traveled to dozens of countries alone. Sorry, Dad. I try to get into the middle of dance circles as much as I can. I'm currently learning how to do a triple spin on my roller skates. I fall a lot. I share these examples because I am not a fearless daredevil. I'm actually scared a lot. I'm scared all the time. Remembering to go crazy gives me permission to be brave and make bold decisions, knowing in most cases I can always change my mind. Other than, I guess, being mid-jump while skydiving, but you get the idea. Do things that scare you. Finally, I just want to say this. This day, this celebration, is such an important moment. My class, the class of 2007, had an incredible classmate, Courtney Corning, who passed away our senior year, just months before graduation. Being back here reminds me of her. And it's a reminder to us all that our lives and days like today are precious. And while it is about you, it's also about your parents and your caretakers. I wish I had spent more time on this day thanking my parents for all they've done and sacrificed for me. I think I gave them a quick hug and like a good game fist bump, and I was like, I'm off to my next adventure. You get the chance to do what I didn't really do. Spend that extra time. Take that extra picture. Because they think about you and worry about you more than you know. I literally did not know that when I was in high school. I was like, wow, why are my parents always asking me so many questions? So thank them for the big ways and the small ways they support you. Dad jokes are a form of love. Your mom wiping stuff off your face, even while you're an adult, is a form of love. Cherish it. It's all fleeting. Now my bizarre summary: find a mentor, be a cockroach, you're the average of the 5 people you spend time with, obsess about what could go right, you're a juicy peach, and go crazy. That sentence sounds ridiculous, but I hope it served you. Thank you, class of 2024.
Thank you to our speaker, Ms. Blodgett, for your inspirational words. We are honored you joined us today. At this time, please enjoy a musical selection. Courage will be performed by the Peabody Veterans Memorial Concert Band, directed by Mr. Jason Jones.
At this time, please join me in welcoming Stephanie Dallaire to the stage, who is from the Board of Trustees for the Peabody Institute Library. Stephanie will award the George Peabody Medals to the top 8 students in the class of 2024. First up, I would like to invite number 8, Jessica Chow, to please come to the stage. Number 7, Ty Coulard. Number 6, Jake Canuel. Number 5, Paniota Papatanakis. Number 4, Taranpreet Singh. Number 3, Abigail Betancourt. Number 2, our salutatorian, Vanessa Kalani. And our valedictorian, Theodosia Cordelitas. Thank you very much.
At this time, please join me in welcoming our first student speaker this evening, the 2024 senior essayist, Abigail Betancourt.
Thank you, Ryan. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, faculty, and fellow graduates. For many, the ending of high school is filled with sentiment, sadness, and a wish to go back. However, for me, it is quite frankly the opposite. I do not look back with regret, but rather with gratitude. This school supplied me with the foundations and necessities I need to begin my next journey. The end of high school for me is filled with excitement and joy. 4 years seems like an eternity, but in the overall span of life, 4 years is, at most, a fraction of our lives. These 4 years consisted of our time to learn, to absorb, and to capitalize on the opportunities we were given. High school is simply a stop along the track to our final destination. I personally feel as though my time is up. I have learned, I have grown, and I am prepared to move on and continue on to my next stop. These feelings of satisfaction began the moment my uncertainties and unknowns about my future ended. I came into my senior year of high school already knowing where I would be spending my next 4 years. For most of my classmates, however, today marks the day where we get to make our first big decision of our young lives. Where to next? Well, that is up to you. This decision is not always easy and can be rather intimidating. The majority of students sitting here today have followed the same progression, same journey, and the same stops so far in their lives. For me, my first stop was West Memorial Elementary, followed by Higgins, and lastly, where I stand today, the one and only Peabody Veterans Memorial High School. Throughout this time, we always knew the next step and the next place we would be going. These last few months have been filled with unknowns and decisions we are uncertain about. It is important to embrace the next step in the same way, even if it is unknown. Starting in the fall, we will all be be reverting back to where we all started, kindergarten. We'll be entering a new space filled with people we have never met before with little knowledge of the world around us. We'll be learning new names, meeting new friends, and reinventing ourselves. Be sure to remember your innocent kindergarten self who put themselves out there and was clueless and careless of the thoughts and opinions of others. We will meet people who will be in our lives from that day forward and others who we may never talk to again. It's important to keep an open mind and be willing to try new things out of your comfort zone. Whether you're going to college or starting a new job, we will all experience this in some capacity. Everyone's journey from this moment forward will be different. So welcome this opportunity to move on and become the person you have always wanted to be. Make new friends, join the clubs you have always wanted to be a part of, and don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Don't let the feel of failure or rejection get in the way of doing the things you love. Stay true to yourself and the things you want in life. Not knowing where this journey may lead or if you made the right decision can be overwhelming. Embrace the challenge and be open to change. I'm going to leave you with one last thing, one quote from the legendary Peabody alumni, Doug Santos. Don't be average. Thank you.
Thank you, Abby. At this time, please welcome the class of 2024 Salutatorian Vanessa Kalani.
Thank you. Welcome, graduates, friends, family, esteemed faculty, and honored guests. My name is Vanessa Kalani, and I'm extremely privileged to be speaking with you on this momentous day as class salutatorian. First off, a huge congratulations to all students and their support systems for making it to Peabody High's class of 2024 graduation. It is absolute insanity that we have reached this apparently not so random number in the beginning of our school-administered emails. Today, we stand on the threshold of a new chapter in our lives. It's a moment of reflection, celebration, and anticipation. Looking back, most of us have been together since middle school, some even kindergarten, and our most consistent and powerful unifier will no longer bind us together as it somehow bonded each of our 320 very different and unique personalities. When I first arrived at this high school, I thought, what a hideous brown prison that I am confined to for these next 4 years. Little did I know, this place was more liberating than imaginable. In the various different checkpoints of my years here are the memories that form the basis of who I am as a person and who I want to be. On our tennis courts, I established lasting friendships and a little bit of hand-eye coordination. Room A317, Mr. Myers' room, taught me how to say goodbye, and the lunch lines in the cafeteria taught me that it's a dog-eat-dog world out there. In this school, it was that I made my best friends and ambitious life goals. It was easy as we were provided with such amazing examples. In the Peabody High community, we were constantly surrounded by so many people who genuinely cared about our well-being, whether they were being paid or legally required to attend school. I will be eternally grateful to have known what it means to be a Tanner, the endless positivity rallied by our teachers and our classmates, whether it has been the vocal or silent supporters. Our class was one of extreme pride that wanted one another to succeed. We functioned as a conjoined unit, like when we tried to distract Mr. Picanso by talking about mathematicians, or when our class mom, Madame Doucet, scolded us for another one of our gossip sessions. Between the zoo that was our student parking lot at 1:51 p.m., or experiencing all 4 seasons in one 6-hour period, the unique quirks of our school that we so easily complained about was what bonded us so deeply. I have never been the biggest fan of growing up because I was scared of the fact that there would be a last to so many of my favorite things, but also because being a messy eater and having nap time was no longer acceptable. This year was the first time that I realized how many lasts I have already experienced. This realization makes me all the more glad about the times I said yes. Yes to DECA, homecoming, and all the senior events. Instead of being nervous for certain events or viewing things as nothing more than obligations, view each moment as an opportunity to make a better connection to those around you and to form a memorable experience of the good old days. I've grown to appreciate all the lasts by treating them as a celebration rather than something to feel melancholic about, and by even welcoming in more firsts. As we look back on our journey and forward to the future, I urge everyone to embrace the power of yes. Wrapping it up, I would like to give a huge thank you to my family, Mommy, Bobby, and my brother Nico, because you guys are my sole motivators, and without your support, I wouldn't have made it past freshman year bio. And an extra special thank you to my grandmother, who has sat proud through this whole speech, even though she couldn't understand a word I was saying. Nena te duam medjit spiritin. Again, thank you and congratulations. May our paths meet again.
Thank you, Vanessa. It is now my honor to introduce the class of 2024 Valedictorian, Theodosia Cordelitas.
Thank you, Ryan. Good evening, graduates, family, friends, faculty, city officials, and distinguished guests. Thank you all for being here today and for playing such pivotal roles in our lives, without which our successes would not have been possible. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to God for the countless blessings I have received, to my parents for their unwavering support, and to my two sisters, Eftihia and Alexandra. This speech is particularly dedicated to Eftihia, as her exemplary academic achievements set a high standard that inspired me, because of course I had to try to do better than she did, which I did, by the way. Now, most importantly, to the class of 2024, I extend very well-deserved congratulations. As you've heard before, today marks an important milestone in our lives. Today was also supposed to be the last day that I would have to see Vanessa, but as it turns out, I'm stuck with her for the next 4 years. Now, to capture the essence of the experience of the average high school student, I say to you, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. Though Charles Dickens wouldn't have known it at the time, his words perfectly sum up our last 4 years here together at PVMHS. We have both made the happiest of memories and faced adversities that were beyond what we could have imagined for ourselves. Together we have forged lifelong friendships, discovered our passions, and achieved goals we once thought unachievable. We have also endured moments of doubt and fear, encountered uncertainties, and navigated through our personal struggles. From here, class of 2024, we look forward. The world we are about to enter shares the same duality as that of our high school experience. The world we are about to enter is one of both significant opportunity and formidable challenges. It is a world that now, more than ever, demands our creativity, our wisdom, and our compassion. It requires us to embody the strength, resilience, and perseverance that we have cultivated over the last 4 years to become the epitome of hope and progress. To quote a famous poet and philosopher, Snoop Dogg, "If it's flipping hamburgers at McDonald's, be the best hamburger flipper in the world. Whatever it is you do, you have to master your craft." So, find whatever it is that you want to do in this world, that you love to do, regardless of how big or small, regardless of how simple or seemingly unattainable it may be, and just go do it. While I was thinking about what to include in this speech, one specific night in 8th grade came to mind when I was binge watching videos. Instead of stumbling down the rabbit hole that is YouTube onto some top 10 best water slides in New England video, I found what became the first valedictorian speech I had ever listened to. I also found the second, and the third, and the fourth. You get the idea. That exact moment was the beginning of my dreams and my journey. No matter how difficult it was going to be for me for the next 4 years, I knew that I wanted to be the one to deliver that speech, this very speech. I feel truly blessed to be able to stand before all of you today to tell you that you should never let anything stop you from chasing your dreams. Class of 2024, I tell you today, do not wait for tomorrow to go after what you want. When you figure out what that is, work hard to achieve it, fight for it, and never give up on it. If you are afraid, do it scared. If you are worried, do it anxious. I mean, I only threw up once before this, and I think I'm doing pretty okay. As we each embark on our own adventures, never forget who you are. Strive to leave everyone that you encounter on your journey with a little more happiness and a little more hope than they had before they met you. If it weren't for the kindness shown to me by my family and friends and teachers, I would not be where I am today.
Special thanks to my family for this, because as my sister said, and I quote, "You have to credit us for helping you edit your atrocious rough draft." So, enjoy the little things that bring you happiness, share them with others, and never take anything for granted. Look to the past only to learn from it, live in the present, and hope for the future. Congratulations, class of 2024. I sincerely wish you all the very, very best. Thank you.
Thank you, Theodosia. Please enjoy the musical selection performed by the PVMHS Chorale and Full House a cappella conducted by Mr. John Simmons. I'll be there for you.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke, your love life's DOA. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause you're there for me too. You're still in bed at 10, work began at 8. You've earned your breakfast so far and things are going great. Your mother warned you there'd be days like these, but she didn't tell you when the world is brought you down to your knees. And I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause you're there for me too. No one could ever know me, no one could ever see me. Seems you're the only one who knows what it's like to be me. Someone to face the day with, make it through all the rest with. Someone I'll always laugh with, even at my worst, I'm best with you. It's like you're always stuck in second gear, when it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause you're there for me too.
Thank you to the PVMH Chorale and Full House a cappella. We will now move on into the part of our program that brought us all here today, the presentation of the diplomas. The diplomas today will be awarded by Mayor Edward A. Betancourt Jr. and Principal Brooke Randall. We will begin with our top 20 distinguished seniors and class officers. Theodosia Cordelides. Vanessa Kulani. Abigail Betancourt. Taranpreet Singh. Panayota Papantanakis. Jake Canuel. Ty Coulard. Jessica Chow. Joseph Tebow. Charlotte Tracia. Dea Sala. Vanessa Prusalis. Elijah Swanson. Matthew Ryder. Dylan Faletra. Kira Buckley. Elizabeth Rodriguez. Zachary Wheeler. Kiara Evans. Argiro Sahajas. Catherine Amico. Ryan Faletra. Frida Abreu. Lola Adelusi. Victor Aguiar. Jordi Aguiluz. Fernando Alemán Alberto. Hassan Al-Humrani. Charles Alvidi. Abigail Amero. Ashton Amsel. Sophia Anaya. Raimi Andino. Naomi Aquino. Carolyn Arias Capellan. Erica Arico. Melissa Assis. Mason Austin. Isabel Avila. Paige Baker. Theodore Baldwin Bowen. Jaden Bardina. Jennifer Bastos. Antonio Batista. Eli Batista. Yosmeri Batista. Ryan Beers. Christopher Bell. Abigail Beliveau. Haley Betancourt. Matthew Betancourt. Casey Baydoun. Emma Bingham. Carmela Besesti. Sebastian Bonbon. Marcelina Borges. Rachel Bornstein. Jacob Boyd. Liliana Britt. Angelina Bonapane. Casey Burke. Ashley Booza. Cole Cahill. Isaí Calderon. Miranda Calderon. Aiden Caminero. Juliana Capobianco. Serena Capone. Nicholas Capello. Camila Cardenas Acuña. Jacob Karn. Kevin Castro Leon. Donald Kavanaugh. Enrico Casotto. Dayton Chim. Darwin Chicas. Isabella Chiampa. Dante Colocaccio. Megan Collins. Cameron Conley.
Parker Cormier. Ashella Correa. Hugo Cotino. Jaden Cruz. Troy Kadir. Skyla Daly. Stella D'Ambrosio. Daniel Davila. Karen De La Cruz Gonzalez. Hyani DeMello. Ava DeChico. Yariel De Jesus. Jacqueline DeLillo. Daniel DeLima. Michael Delaredo. Morgan Demule. Andre Denny.
Mark Clanton.
Mark Clanton. Brian De Oliveira. Diego Diaz Du Bois. Rosani Difo Rojas. Sophia Dixon. Hercules Donaciamento. Naya Dodd. Matthew Dollaher. Marco Dominici. Kylie Doolin. Ryan Dos Reis. Gabriela Dos Santos. Maria Dos Santos. Nicholas Dresser. Danja Duca. Victoris Dunny. Edward Duran Marte. Duari Duran Rojas. Emily DeVerge. Margaret Ines. Jefferson Escobar Gutierrez. Anaya Espinal. Edgar Espinoza. Kayla Faraka. Jay Fernandez. Aris Fernandez. Jaden Fesami. Savannah Floyd. Anthony Forte. Luisa Franca Pinto. Carlos Franco. Shilese Franco. Nayati Gabriel. Precious Gallus. Riley Galatis. Jadalyn Garcia. Liana Garcia. Adam Gaudette. Allison Geddes. Anthony Gemma. Yasmin Giacalone. Marco Gian Gregorio. Gabriel Gonsalves. Avery Gricko. Mia Grizzy. Remy Guerrero. Isaac Gumeres. Jessica Guzman. Jaden Healy. Amani Herrera. Monica Herrera Carrion. Liam Hurley. Genesee Irola. Christina Izagiri. Ahmad Jabbar. Annabella Joyce. Eva Joyce. Abubakar Kaba. Ava Cassis. Stella Ketchman. Sarah Lassell. Jay LaFortune. Gerardo Landaverde Chacon. Kayla Landry. Caden Lanning. Rafael Laurent. Ashley Lee. Julia Latte. Stavana Leslie. Yep. Mark Lever. Juliana Lachey. Logan Lomasny. Anthony Lopez. Edwin Lopez Soto. Elijah Loring. Amethyst LaRusso. John Lucas. Braden London. Alexander Liu. Carla Lux Venn. Grace Lynch. Abigail McNeil. Christopher Magalese. Jaden Mam. Luna Manny. Robert Marco Tullio. Jaden Marquez. Heather Martin. Kyra Martinez. Cairo Martinez. Genesis Efren Martinez. Olivia Martinez. Sadie Martinez Portillo. Lily Mason. Stephen Mastrangelo. Kaylee McCarthy. Victoria McCoy. Henry McDonald. Jill McGrath. Kayla McGrath. Madison McKnight. Damian McMaster. Shannon McNally. Cora Medeiros. Dylan Medeiros. Gia Mayola. Rachel Mercedes. Bailey Merchant. Stanislav Michelonis. Caroline Milan. Jared Millette. Sarah Merdita. Adrian Moreno. Felicia Morgante. Jada Lee Moscoso.
Kyle Mora. Aisha Nalugo. Aiden Negron. João Flávio Neiva. Leah Ray Nelson. Julia Neves. Ian Wynn. Christopher Nicola. Ileana Nicoluzos. Sean Norden. Nicole Ofrey. Clara Oliveira. Tenny Oyabanjo. Andre Pacheco. Trevor Pacheco. Aiden Pays. Yanni Pabas. Aiden Parisi. Neha Patel. Tiago Paulino. Isabel Peña. Calvin Peña. Rayleigh Peña. Alicia Peña Feliz. Ana Julia Pereira. Jaren Perez. Liana Perez. Nathaniel Perez. Jacob Peralt. Peyton Petrillo. Michael Petro. Katie Pimentel Diaz. Stephanie Pinardi. Hector Pineda. Jacob Pinheiro. Cassandra Pinheiro. Stephen Porchella. Gwen Price. Troy Quinlan. Martin Regeri. Cyan Reed. Kevin Reed. Jonathan Ribeiro. Tatiana Ricketts. Theo Rowan. Jaden Roman. Zaina Hausa, Nathaniel Russo, Michael Ryan, Megan Ryder, Alexander Surratt, Dominic Scalise, John Scally, Hannington Senfuma, Allison Serpas Portillo, Eden Sayre, Joshua Sigmund, Alexander Silva, Natalia Silva, Marissa Simmons, Gianna Sinibaldi, Robert Smith, Owen Smullen, Sonia Soiley, Shannon Solorzano McMahon, Victor Soster, Larissa Souza, Ava Stanford, Bianca Supris, Alana Sweeney, Christian Swenson, Ana Tavares Sabino, Ana Torres Ornedo, Madison Tortellini. Matthew Trabuco, Praise Huango, Taryn Velez, Annabella Vieta, Kimberly Vieira Contreras, Fabiola Villanueva Acevedo, Isiris Vizcaíno, Avery Wall, Alicia Walsh, Jacob Wardle, Jenna Watson, Williams. Austin Wolf Caverly. Deanna Woods. Ryan Yaffe. Samantha Zamur. Ty Zito.
Oh, God. Thanks, Dad. Oh, yeah.
At this time, fellow graduates, please stand up for the turning of the tassel.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Please join us in turning your tassel from right to left. Esteemed guests, I now present to you the graduated class of 2024.
For the last time, class is dismissed.